What's up YouTube, Dreamkiller coming at you in another video, and it's been about a week since I made my purchase of Nintendo's new console, the Nintendo Switch. And I figured it's time to give my final impressions of the system and also my impressions of the latest Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. And so without further ado, let me just say, overall, I am enjoying this console very much. And I know many people have been having problems, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. Let's just start with the fact that this console is very fun to use. I've been testing it out while I'm out to go, testing on my TV, and overall, I've been having a good time. Let's start with the TV aspect. The console on the TV runs at 1080p resolution and looks pretty damn good. Well, at the same time, the portable side runs at 720p resolution. Now, for many people, that kind of bums them out because they're just so used to, they've been pretty much brainwashed by 4K resolution, which I have not. I don't care whatsoever. Zelda itself looks great on the Switch. Overall, the graphics quality, the resolution do not bother me whatsoever. If it looks nice, I don't care. I'm not brainwashed whatsoever. So resolution is great. I haven't, from what I've heard so far, experienced with other people that they've been having connectivity issues with the controllers, so on and so forth, but so far that has not happened. But if it has happened, then, you know, I'm sure Nintendo is doing their best to fix whatever the problem is. You know, there was an immediate update as soon as you loaded the Switch, and it took me like a week. It took me exactly a week to actually get that up and running, but overall, I've had no issues whatsoever. The controller feels nice, but well, actually, let's get to the controllers. First of all, let's start with your standard Joy-Cons, if I can just get them out. You have your standard Joy-Cons, and I don't have 1-2 switch, so I haven't been able to test out the motion controls of these things, but I highly recommend you don't play Zelda with just these things in your hands, because it is kind of fucking awkward, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, but when you put them on the grip, which I will demonstrate for you right now, the grip itself feels pretty nice. Many people have discouraged from using this grip, and I don't know why, because maybe for big hands it's not the best, but overall it has a nice feel to it, in my opinion. Many people have used the Pro Controller. I did not buy the Pro Controller, but I've heard a lot of benefits from that. So if you have overly big hands and this is not enough for you, then yeah, get the Pro Controller. But for those people who are a little hesitant to want to get extra accessories that cost a lot of money, honestly, you're good with just having this grip. Especially the fact they have the grip with the charge capabilities. Honestly, that's another thing too. These Joy-Cons hold a very amazing charge to them, and even then, it's like when you're done playing your game, you can just set the Joy-Cons onto the console itself, dock it, and it'll charge. You don't need the grip charger whatsoever, because honestly, you're not gonna be using that much power for the controllers, unless you're one of those people that games all day, every day. Well, I can't say anything about that, but overall, the controller itself, the Joy-Cons, and the grip are great. The Pro Controller is also great for those people that really need their usual controllers, like these controllers. I mean, people prefer these, and I do not blame them, but overall, I have no problems with this whatsoever, and neither should you. So, pretty much, yeah. And the one thing that I've been using this thing most is portability. I've had a lot of places I had to go as of late, and so portability was the top thing that I field tested this thing on, and I have to say, this makes a really great portable device. Granted, it's too big to carry in your pocket. This is not a 3DS, ladies and gents, but it gets the job done when it comes to portability. Like, honestly, when it came to not wanting to stop playing Zelda, I had the ability to just take this out of the dock and just play the game while I'm doing something or taking a break or whatever. Or even when I want to go play it on the TV anymore and I just want to sit on my bed. I can just grab this, play it, and just lay on my bed playing Zelda. It's really great portable system. The only thing I have against it is that there is major glare when you put this thing out, when you're playing this out in the sun. This is not recommended to play in the bright ass sun. You can either play in the shade or play indoors, but I'm hoping maybe Nintendo finds a way to figure out the glare problems that this thing has, because it has major glare issues. But overall, portability is really great on this thing, and I'm looking to field test it more as I travel in the next few months. So yeah, and I have not been able to test this out with other people, with their Switches, to play the multiplayer games like Snipper Clips, because again, I didn't get Snipper Clips. The only game I got was Zelda, and I'll get to Zelda in a sec. But overall, I like the portability, and I like the whole console. It really is fun. It's new, and it's exciting for me, and a lot of people don't feel that way. They've already expressed their issues, but you know, they're just gripes at the end of the day. They're small gripes that I honestly think Nintendo can solve. Getting onto the internet, next I want to talk about is the whole internet situation right now is you can go on the internet for free until the fall, and then they'll do their paid service. So they initially had you upgrade the system so you can access the internet and access the eShop. Let me just say about the eShop, it's very barren right now, and that's what pissed off a lot of people with the eShop. There's a virtual console. There's only like 4 games so far. There's the initial launch console games like Zelda, Snipper Clips, 1-2 Switch. They also got Shovel Knight, the complete version of Shovel Knight, which comes with all of the DLC that was advertised recently. It also comes with this F-Zero clone that, honestly, God, it looks like a combination of Wipeout and F-Zero, and that's the case. I'm wondering if it's, I wonder who developed the game, because if it's Nintendo that developed the game, then one question needs to be answered: why didn't you make this an F-Zero game? If it's not Nintendo that developed this game, then I'll understand that. But if it's Nintendo doing that, why couldn't they just make an F-Zero game? But yeah, it's very barren. Again, no virtual console, no news of whether or not how long it will take to actually put the virtual console onto the Switch. And we got they advertised more games that will be coming on the eShop very soon. Which there's this one rhythm game that has Japanese music that I'm very interested in. And also too, there's another game that actually is available, is I Am Setsuna, which is a kind of like a spiritual successor to the old style Final Fantasy / Chrono Trigger type RPGs. So if you like I Am Setsuna, didn't get it on the other consoles, you can actually get it here for actually a pretty fair price, only $40. But yeah, there's more games to come. It's kind of barren right now, and it's going to be barren for a while until Nintendo gets their stuff together. But ignoring that, like if you are an early adapter like me, you've already discussed the gripes and the problems with the Switch so far, and are kind of making sure that people should wait a little while until, again, a lot of the games are coming out in the fall. And that's honestly a reasonable thing to tell you, but honestly, Zelda is going to keep you busy for a good long time until those things come out. So if you are already an early adopter, Zelda will keep you going for a good long while, and that will transition to me talking about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is, honest to God, the most breathtaking, most this awe-inspiring Zelda game I've ever played in a long time. People were so worried when Nintendo decided to change the formula of the Zelda norm, make it open world, bring a lot of the Western, traditional stuff that we're known for, the big open worlds, the big things like, that Skyrim and other open worlds are known for, and people were worried about that. But honestly, Nintendo does it very well. It brings all that new stuff to the table while still maintaining the Zelda norm. You got your combat, although the combat has been tweaked a little bit to make it more easy to handle for newcomers. And I will tell you, this is one of the most challenging Zelda games ever because because of the aspect of open world, you can go anywhere. You'll run into situations where you'll be killed in one shot, or you'll fall a lot of times without meaning to. There's a lot of stuff that will be insta-kill, you'll get a lot of game overs. It will be frustrating, but it's a good frustration. It makes you want to do better. And the story, from what I've seen so far, is good so far. It's traditional Zelda norm. You gotta save Princess Zelda. Well, I wouldn't say save Princess Zelda. Zelda's kind of trapped in a battle with Calamity Ganon. That's what the version of Ganon we got is called, and it's up to you to try to figure out how to get to her by freeing these divine beasts. And really, that's all I've gotten so far in the story, because again, you'll want to play the story missions, but then you'll get distracted by side quests, extra stuff like wanting to complete the map of a certain area. Things like that just make you want to do those things more so than complete the main story. Kind of like what Final Fantasy 15 was doing at the time. And that's really all I can say. It's a good Zelda game. It deserves the perfect scores it's gotten. I mean, the only thing people have been talking about, the frame rate issues that have been happening when you play it in TV mode, but it's very, very minor. I mean, you only notice it at certain points. It's not that horrible. I mean, again, people complain about the 1080p resolution and the 720p resolution, make it that it doesn't look as good, but honestly, resolution does not matter, ladies and gents. Graphics do not matter. I mean, with this game, it's really beautiful in the graphics department. This is the most beautiful Legend of Zelda game I've seen so far. But honestly, ignore the resolution and you'll have a good time. And one thing I want to go back to with the portability of the Switch, now that I got Zelda out of the way. This is pretty much what PlayStation wanted to do with the Vita, with its cross-play. That I feel Nintendo did a way better job, because all of us always wanted to have our console games on the go, but we could never get that until now. This is what Nintendo's trying to do, and I hope they keep doing a good job. The Switch is a good console so far, as long as Nintendo keeps on giving it the support that it desperately needs. It's no it's no story that Nintendo abandoned the Wii U early because they just could not give a crap about giving it support when it didn't have support from everyone else. So far, I've seen big support from third-party companies so far, although the one thing that I struggle to understand is, like, third-party companies have said that the Switch is very easy to port games onto, but they haven't said anything about it being easy to make games for. That's the only thing that worries me, is that we have the third-party support, people are interested, but how long are they going to be interested? That's the only thing, and that's up to Nintendo to make things easy for the third parties to come in and make them want to make games for their system. If they don't do that, then we're going to have another Wii U situation in our hands, even though I personally like the Wii U. So, Nintendo, I know you're not watching, but please listen to me. Please give this console all your support and love like you have with all your past consoles. Please do that, and I will have no doubt be making good money off of this console, because it is a good console so far. I wouldn't say get it. For those people who are still hesitant to get it, I would say your hesitation is understandable. You should probably wait a little while until more games come out, but for those people who are itching to just get brand new Nintendo hardware, or those die-hard Nintendo fans, I honestly believe it's worth it, because with Zelda, it will keep you busy for a long while. I don't know, like, I plan on getting 1-2 Switch just for shits and giggles and do it for a video just to see. Like, I've already heard negative things about it. It's just a tech demo. It's not that. It's kind of a rip-off, especially at $40. But yeah, I honestly, if you're that itching to get the Nintendo console, I think it's good to get right now. If you're still hesitant, then wait a little bit. And that's all I can say. I'm kind of stuck in the middle. Get it or don't get it. At the end of the day, it is a good console. Nintendo did good with the advertising, and it advertises what it does. that's all I can say. Get the Nintendo Switch if you're interested. Wait a little bit if you're still hesitant. So that's it, that's my video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button because the channel grows because of it, and subscribe because, as always, I have many more videos to come like this. Thank you all for watching. I'm Dreamkiller. Gamers keep on gaming!